Good morning, students, to learn an interesting topic from science. Okay, so students, can you tell me what are the characteristics shown by living organisms? Different characteristics shown by living organisms.
Ma'am,
Growth.
can I try properly here?
Yes.
Living organism shows growth, movement, respiration, circulation,
Yes.
all the metabolic activities.
Right. So, can you tell me how do living organisms grow? How is growth occurring in living organisms? That is,
Growth occurs by cell division.
yes. So that is by the process of cell division. Yes. So students, today we are going to study about cell division. Okay. Now first let us understand what is cell division. Cell division is nothing but the partitioning of a cell into two daughter cells. All right. Now, let us first understand, let us see the image. Now, can you tell me, looking at this, these cells, this is a plant cell and an animal cell. Can you tell me what are the basic components of a cell?
Ma'am, may I try?
Yes.
This is Nilamvari Zada. Cell membrane, then cytoplasm and the nucleus.
Very good. So these are the three main components of a cell, right? So students, basically division occurs of these three. Cell division basically is the division of these three components. Okay, that is the cell membrane, the cytoplasm and the nucleus. Now let us see what are the two types of cell division. Okay, cell division is of mainly two types, that is mitosis and meiosis. Okay, today we are prominently going to focus on mitosis. Mostly we are going to focus on the cell division in animal cell. Now let us first understand what is mitosis. So mitosis is nothing but when a parent cell or an old cell divides into two cells, that is when it receives the exact copy of the chromosome number, that process is called the mitosis. You can very well see at the definition written here, parent cell divides to form daughter cells with exact copy of chromosome number. So this is the basic definition of mitosis. Now, students, in mitosis, we have two stages. As I have already told you all that cell division basically includes division of the cell components, that is the cytoplasm, the nucleus and the cell membrane. So now let us see what are the stages that are followed in mitosis. First stage is the karyokinesis. Karyokinesis. Students, do you know what do we mean? What do you mean by karyo? Because we have already studied.
Nucleus.
Yes, the basic cell structure. Karyo is a Greek word for nucleus. Very good. So karyokinesis means the division of the nucleus. So the mitosis process first begins with karyokinesis, that is the division of the nucleus. And then this is followed by the cytokinesis. Now from the name itself, you can very well understand, students, that this is the division of the cytoplasm. So these are the basic components, the components of the cell. Along with the division of cytoplasm, students, the cell membrane in case of animal cells and the cell wall in case of plant cells also divide. So this is what I mean by the three component division of a cell in cell division, right? So karyokinesis and cytokinesis are the two main stages, okay, that can be seen in mitosis. Let me just show you the picture. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So students, as you can see, this purple color structure, these circles, these are nothing but the nucleus. So this is the karyokinesis, okay, nuclear division. Whereas this green color background this is the cytoplasm. This is the cytoplasmic division, that is cytokinesis. So this is how a parent cell divides into two, forming two daughter cells. All right. Now, let us go back. Okay. Now let's see what comes under karyokinesis. Students, the nuclear division, that is the karyokinesis, is further divided into 4 stages. So nuclear division, basically it occurs in 4 stages or 4 phases. The first is the prophase, second is the metaphase, third is the anaphase, and fourth is the telophase, right? So this is the steps, or these are the stages, phases that are followed in every mitotic division. Okay, and the order remains the same. First is the prophase, second is the metaphase, third is the anaphase, and fourth is the telophase. So now let us see one by one each of these phases and what actually happens inside the cell during these phases. Starting with the first phase, that is the prophase. Okay, now in the prophase, the sister chromatids condense and the nuclear membrane disappears. Now, let me once again share the image. You want me to zoom the image?
Yes, ma'am, visible.
Students, now this is the image of a typical prophase, early and late prophase. Okay, now students, can you tell me what is a chromosome made up of? Each chromosome is made up of what?
Genes.
Again, is made up of DNA, small segment of DNA.
Okay, what are those small segments of DNA when they are joined together? What are those called?
Genes.
Genes.
Oh, genes is, they are aligned.
Gene is a specific what is a set of
Yeah, but
DNA.
a chromosome is made up of something.
Ma'am, basically the DNA is coiled around nuclear, like histone proteins, and then we have centromere attached.
Okay, great. Centromere, that we'll come to that a little later. But initially, students, let me tell you that inside the nucleus, now we are dealing with the nuclear division, right? So inside the nucleus, the chromatin material, that is your DNA material, okay? In the early prophase, this chromatin material starts condensing. It starts getting thicker and thicker. You can see these black colored bands, these, yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
These
Yes.
are nothing but the chromosomes. So this chromatin material, this thickens and this becomes dense to form chromosomes. Now, students, each chromosome is made up of a pair of chromatids. Those are called the sister chromatids. Yes. So these are the sister chromatids, and these sister chromatids are going to get separated when the nucleus divides. Okay, eventually that will happen in the later stages. So first let us understand that here these black color bands inside the nucleus, these chromatin material shrink, they become thick and dense to form the sister chromatids, and these sister chromatids, they condense and come closer to each other. At the same time, you can see these orange bands, this is the nuclear membrane. So now in the later prophase, the nuclear membrane begins to disappear and these chromosomes or the sister chromatids are set free into the cytoplasm. Now, outside the nucleus, that is in the cytoplasm, you can see these hairy structures. These are nothing but centrosomes. Okay. These centrosomes have this circular part, which is this orangish part. This is called the centriole. Okay. And these black thread-like structures, these are the spindle fibers. Gradually, as the nuclear membrane is disappearing and the chromatids are condensing, in the cytoplasm, these centrosomes start arranging themselves towards the opposite poles. And these spindle fibers, these black thread-like structures, these are nothing but the spindle fibers. They start forming a spindle shape around these chromatids. Okay, students, let me tell you how this is going to happen. This process, so in the prophase, you have the sister chromatids which start condensing and the nuclear membrane, it starts disappearing. Next comes the metaphase. Now, in the metaphase, now the nuclear membrane has totally disappeared. So the sister chromatids are free in the cytoplasm. So these sister chromatids arrange themselves parallelly at the center of the equatorial plate. And the spindle fibers, I just now spoke about the centrosome, which is extending those thread-like spindle fibers. those spindle fibers get attached at the centromere. Now students, before I show you the image, I would like to know what is a centromere? Because we have studied the structure of chromosomes. What is a centromere, students?
Message WhatsApp.
Students, please keep your videos mute.
Message
Admission number 15, Neha Giri, please.
Admission number 15.
Please mute your mic. Neha Giri, please mute your mic.
Yes.
Yes, please continue, Gaurangi.
Yeah. Students, can you tell me what do you mean by a centromere? What is a centromere? We have studied about the different regions on a chromosome. Centromere is something related to a region on the chromosome. Which is that specific region? Okay. What we will do is we'll just look at the image.
Ma'am, may I try? I'm Nikhil.
Yes, please.
I'm not sure about it, but
No problem.
might be it's a region where the pair of chromosome, they are the adjoining region where they join to each other.
Yes.
And the sister chromatids are joined at that point.
Yes, you are right. The sister chromatids, it's that region on the chromosome where the sister chromatids are joined to each
Junction
other.
of sister chromatids.
Yes. Because now we are talking about the sister chromatids, right? The chromosomes, the chromatin has condensed and formed the chromosomes. Chromosomes consist of two sister chromatids. Those sister chromatids are joined to each other at the centromere. Okay, that region of the chromosome is the centromere. Let me just zoom the figure a little bit. Yes. Now I hope the figure is visible to you. In this figure, you can see very well these black colored bands, and these are the two centromeres of the sister chromatids. Yes. Gradually, students, now that the nuclear membrane has disappeared, they start setting parallelly to each other in the center of the cell. This is the equatorial plate. So all these sister chromatids will arrange themselves parallelly. And as I told you, these thread-like structures that are extended from the centriole, these are nothing but flexible proteins, which are also called spindle fibers. These spindle fibers come down and connect to the centromeres of these sister chromatids. Now there are two centrosomes, one at each pole. So from one side, this side, one spindle fiber attaches, and from this side, the other spindle fiber attaches. Yes, and this is the equatorial plate. Now, this is done because the next stage, students, is going to be the pulling of the chromatids. Okay, that is the starting of the anaphase, the third phase. So students, in the anaphase, the centromere now it starts splitting because the flexible proteins, the spindle fibers, which have been attached to the chromatids, the centromere especially, it will start pulling it apart. So now the spindle fibers are being pulled apart. Okay, let me share the image with you. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is a typical picture of an anaphase in an animal cell. Here now you can see those black colored strings that were all elongated in the metaphase. Now they are contracting. They are pulling the sister chromatids apart from the equatorial plate. Yes. And that is the sister chromatids are now moving towards the poles. These are the poles, this 1 and 2. They're moving in the opposite directions. All right. So this is the anaphase where the sister chromatids are being pulled away, okay, from each other. And now we are gradually coming towards the end of the nuclear division, students. So here it is pulling apart, and now the chromatids are separated from each other and sitting in the two opposite poles. Okay. Now, this stage is followed by the last stage of nuclear division, which is called the telophase. Okay. Now, students, these sister chromatids are no more called the sister chromatids, but now they are called the daughter chromosomes, because this is almost the end of the nuclear division, because during the telophase, these sister chromatids, which are now called the daughter chromosomes, they now again begin to shrink, they thin up, and they start becoming invisible. Similarly, at the end, the nuclear membrane and nucleolus reappears. The reformation of nuclear membrane and nucleolus begins. Let me show you an image. Okay, visible? All right. So this is the image for a telophase. See here, you can see now all these daughter chromosomes have gone to the poles, respective poles. Okay. And here again, those yellow bands are coming. This is nothing but the nuclear envelope is reforming. All right. Now, this means the nuclear division has come to an end. Now, after this will be followed by, this will be followed by the next step, that is the cytokinesis. But students, before going to that, I want to know now that in the telophase, as I said, that the daughter chromosomes are ready and they have separated. My question to you is, what will be the number of chromosomes now, the daughter chromosomes, at the two ends of the cell or at the two poles of the cell? Let me repeat the question.
Like at one end, we will have same as the parent cell.
Yes, absolutely correct. Because students, this is the process of mitosis. I have already explained it to you that in a mitosis process, the parent cell divides and gives you the exact copy, exact number of chromosomes into the two daughter cells. So very well, it will have the exact number of daughter chromosomes as that of the parent cell. Now, student, after this phase comes the most important phase, that is cytokinesis. Because unless and until the cytoplasm has divided, we cannot say that a parent cell has divided into two new daughter cells. So the cytoplasmic division is of utmost importance. Cytoplasmic, I will just share the image with you. What exactly happens in the cytoplasmic division. This is the same figure that we saw during karyokinesis and cytokinesis. Now, students, image 1 and 2 are talking about the cytokinesis that occurs in animal cells. And the image 3 and 4 is the cytokinesis in plant cells. Now, this is the last part of the cell division because we have dealt with the nuclear division, now the cytoplasmic division and the cell membrane and the cell wall formation. So in animal cell, students, this red color stripes you can see, this is nothing but this is a contractile ring. Once the two nuclei have divided, okay, the inside in the center, at that metaphasic plate, that equatorial plate site, there again a furrow is developed and the two cells are then formed, okay, from this cleavage furrow. This is happening in an animal cell because there is no definite cell wall. It is just the cell membrane that is formed. Whereas in case of a plant cell, this green colored band, if you can see, this is a cell plate. It forms a cell plate in the middle of the cell, in middle of the two nuclei, and gradually it extends such that these two cells, they become apart and they form two daughter plant cells. So this is the major difference in the cytokinesis of animals and plant cells. In animals, because there is no cell wall, there is just a cleavage furrow and the cell membranes pull apart the two nuclei forming two daughter cells. Whereas in the plant cell, this kind of a cell plate is formed and it pulls apart the two daughter cells. Okay. So that is all about mitosis. Now let us quickly revise what we have studied today. And students, please open your notebooks and you can start writing these points in your notebooks. So what have we studied today? We have studied about cell division. Yes, cell division. Then we have also studied the types of cell division, that is mitosis and meiosis. Mitosis is nothing but where the parent cell divides to form daughter cells with the same number of chromosomes. Then we also look at cytokinesis and the four phases. First is the prophase, the mitosis. Okay, students, you can just take this in your book. I'll wait for a minute. And then we will move on. I'm going to this topic. We studied about cell division, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. And the most important, the cytokinesis. Why is it important? Because unless and until the cytoplasm in a cell divides, we cannot say stage in cell division. Okay. Now, yeah, define karyokinesis.
On the division of nuclear material, nucleus. Basically.
Nucleus, yes. Nuclear division is called karyokinesis. Explain the third stage of mitosis. First, I want to know which is the third stage of mitosis.
Ma'am, anaphase.
Okay. And what happens in anaphase?
Ma'am, the sister chromatids are separated and they start migrating towards the end of the cell, basically.
Towards the
polar region.
Yes, yes. Great. Okay. Now, why cytokinesis is the most important phase in mitotic division?
Ma'am, because until and unless cytokinesis occur, the cell still is one. It is not divided into two.
Absolutely, yes, yes. The purpose of mitosis is not solved. The parent cell has to divide into two daughter cells. So unless the cytoplasmic division occurs, the cells will not be separated. Great. Okay, now identify the stages of mitosis in which the following processes occur. First, chromatids arrange at the equatorial plate and spindle fibers attached to the centromere. Which is this phase? The metaphase?
Metaphase.
Yes, this is the metaphase. They arrange at the equatorial plate and the spindle fibers, they come and attach to the centromeres. The nucleus reformation occurs. Which is this phase?
Telophase.
Yes, yes.
Telophase.
The telophase.
Telophase.
The chromatids condense in which phase?
Ma'am, prophase.
Perfect. The early prophase. The spindle fibers pull the sister chromatids away from the plate toward the poles in which phase?
Anaphase.
Anaphase. They, in the metaphase, they join to the centromeres. In the anaphase, they pull it apart. All right. So students, that was all for today. In your homework, you are going to draw a neat label diagram of any one of the stages of mitosis. So in the next lesson, next class, we will study about a detailed process of meiosis. Okay. Now, students, I have one small video. It's an interesting video which will show you how this process actually occurs in the cell, and it will be really helpful for you. So just allow me to share this video with you.
Mitosis. In this module, you will learn about mitosis. Mitosis is a process of cell division that makes possible regeneration of body parts. To elaborate, mitosis is the separation of nuclear chromosomes into two identical daughter nuclei. It is divided into four key phases: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. An additional phase called cytokinesis occurs after the complete nuclear division. Before a dividing cell enters mitosis, it undergoes a period of growth and rest. This period is called interphase. In interphase, the genetic material of a cell increases. Prophase. During prophase, the chromatin condenses and becomes short and thick to form chromosomes. Each chromosome has two sister chromatids joined together at the centromere. The nucleolus disappears and the nuclear membrane starts to break down. The centrosomes, each with a pair of centrioles, move apart to the opposite poles, forming a spindle between them. Metaphase. During metaphase, microtubules of the spindle interact with chromosomes. This causes the chromosomes to move and align along the middle of the cell or the equatorial plate. Sister chromatids are held at the centromere, confirming the presence of protein structures called kinetochore at the surface. The kinetochore holds the chromosomes and attaches them to the spindle. Anaphase. During anaphase, the sister chromatids separate at the kinetochores, and the daughter chromosomes, along with the divided centromere, move towards the opposite poles as the microtubule shortens. The poles of the spindle also move apart and help to separate the chromosomes. As the chromosomes separate completely into two sets, one at each pole, anaphase is considered complete. Telophase. During telophase, the daughter chromosomes arrive at the pole and the chromatin starts to decoil. Also, the nuclei reform along with nucleoli. This triggers the reformation of the nuclear membrane. Cytokinesis. Cytokinesis is the partition of the cytoplasm. In animals, a cleavage furrow appears in the plasma membrane, which deepens and divides the cytoplasm into two daughter cells, each containing a nucleus. In plants, new cell wall formation is triggered at the center of the cell by the formation of a cell plate. The cell plate grows outwards till it meets the existing wall, resulting in two daughter cells. In this module, you have learned mitosis is the process of separation of nuclear chromosomes into two identical daughter nuclei. Mitosis involves four key phases: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. In prophase, the chromatin condenses and becomes short and thick to form the chromosomes. In metaphase, microtubules of the spindle interact with the chromosomes. In anaphase, the sister chromatids separate out at the centromere and move towards the opposite poles as the microtubule becomes shorter. In telophase, daughter chromosomes arrive at the pole and chromatin starts to decoil, followed by the reformation of nucleoli and nuclei.
All right, friends. So this was all about integration demo lesson.